Dylan Thompson, Chase Motorsports Coach and Trailer Sales in beautiful Paducah, Kentucky. Hope you're having a great day. I have got a big rig to show you today. I'm not kidding. This thing's like 90 feet long, okay? So 2020 Peterbilt 389. This is the extended hood 389 Peterbilt with an S&S welding conversion, 31 feet of motorhome conversion. So the overall length is like 43 and a half on the coach. And then we've got paired up with it is a 2020 S&S 40-foot liftgate trailer, which by the time you add the tongue to it, it's like 46 feet and a few inches. So right around 90 feet, just under 90 feet overall length, tip to tip. But again, extended hood, 389 Pete, right under 90,000 miles too, like 89,300, I think. 605 horse Cummins, the big X15 under the hood. Now, one thing about this one, this truck was spec'd with the 2,050 foot-pounds of torque transmission. So that was an upgrade when you ordered this chassis. Some guys that have the S&S haulers built would upgrade it. So, you know, if you're watching this video and you're just interested in the truck, we're going to try to sell them as a coach and trailer package to begin with. However, I'm not saying that, you know, if the right offer came along on the truck, we would split them. So this is a very cool layout. This has a rear bed with the king bed. It's got a 22,000 watt generator in it. So 22 kW generator. It's got a bunk over the cab. It's got 2 jackknife sofas. So it sleeps, you know, I mean, if it's one person per bed, you got one over the cab, one on each sofa that turns into a bed, one in the back. So that's 4. Now, you know, the bunk's big enough for 2. The jackknife sofas would each sleep 2, and the queen bed in the back for 2. So it could sleep up to 8 people, and that's with, you know, no air mattress in the floor or anything like that. Again, extended hood chassis, loaded up with some cool options. It's got the big FiberTech fenders on the front, Michelin tires all the way around. In fact, I'll point out we're putting a new set of steers. That one has hit something in the road. As you can see, the steer tires were dated like 21. We're just going to stick a brand new set on the front of it. So it'll have brand new Michelin steers. The drives and the trailer tires were replaced last year. So all the tires are going to be like literally less than 6 months old, and the steers will be brand new on the front. It's got the 20-inch American Eagle bumper with the custom marker lights that match the lights on the body of the coach. It's got the chrome factory Peterbilt rock guards. It's got the angry duck there up on the front, and polished grille, polished headlight buckets, some custom lug covers you can see. These are cool. So this has like a custom fiberglass panel to fill the gap there. You can see some air cleaner lights. We've got a custom visor with lights. I don't know if you can see them. They're up on top of the visor there. And then also some custom painted window chops. So very cool look. Oh my gosh. One thing I got to tell you, the train horns on this. Holy smokes. So it's got the regular horns, like the regular set of horns, and when we do the view of inside the cab here in a little bit, you're going to get a big kick out of where the auxiliary train horn control is mounted. So make sure to stick around and watch that. 2 slides on the coach. You can see one of the slides is over here on the driver's side. That's got like your dinette and one of the jackknife sofas in it. That's probably well, I mean, the whole conversion is 31 feet from the back of the cab to the back of the coach. So I'm going to say that slide's probably 14 foot. So a big slide out, has the slide topper awning, as you can see up there on the top. The color's like, this coach is like a matte silver, and it is sharp. So 2 slides on the coach. That was 1 slide over here on the passenger side, and then another slide out back here on the rear of the coach, okay? Hitch rated up to, I think that Pennell's a 50-ton Pennell, as funny as that sounds, but a 40,000-pound hitch, Pennell hitch, and then we put a 2-inch receiver when they build these down there on the bottom. You've got your your 7-way round marker light plug for like an air brake trailer, and then they also go ahead and factory pre-wire the 7-way flat, which is like your standard RV plug. Of course, glad hand fittings because this trailer has air brakes on it. We go ahead and have them run an outlet where that yellow cord is plugged in. That's a 50 amp outlet. So, with a 22,000 watt generator on the truck, that powers everything. So it runs your coach, and your trailer can plug into it. Trailer's 40 feet long, has a slide. It's a hydraulic liftgate trailer. So you can see the ladder over there, full walk-on roof. So the roof is a one-piece aluminum roof. Again, big slide out, probably, I'm going to say that slide's every bit of 14 or 15 feet. Tires are new on the trailer, new hub oil. We just serviced everything. The chassis had a full service. The generator had a full service. The back of the trailer, if you're familiar with S&S, you probably know most of this, but I'll kind of go over it anyways. It's got the t-shirt displays. They've got LED lights. In fact, I'm going to kick those on. Sliding glass doors, as you can see there on the back. And let's see here. We'll go ahead and turn the back door lights on. And we'll go ahead and turn the main lights. Whoops. Main lights were on. And t-shirt lights. There we go. So the t-shirt lights are back here. You can probably see them now. So if you're at the track, trying to sell t-shirts or hats, or heck, you could probably even stick a little die cast in there if you wanted to. But a lot of guys use that for marketing to sell their apparel and their swag, right? So sliding glass doors in the back of the trailer. You can see down there it's got a pull-out reel for electric. It's got some plugs. You've got air lines plumbed to both sides. The trailer also has an onboard water storage. That's what the water spigot's plumbed to there. Another air line, and then over there, some more 110 outlets. It's got the garage door up in the top. I think the upper deck's 55 inches tall, and I will verify that. So, if you're a dirt late model racer, you do not need the load tires. So it's a common question from the dirt late model guys does the trailer have the newer, taller upper deck? And the answer on this one is yes, because it's a 2020. I think they changed that in 2012 or 13 is when they started putting the taller upper deck. You can see the upper deck has the garage door that rolls up and down. Of course, the liftgate's hydraulic. I think the lift, again, I think it's a 55-inch upper deck clearance and like 90 inches wide. It's got the big sea lights in the gate. When you turn those puppies on at nighttime, it's like a surgery lab underneath it. So you can see the sea lights there. Smooth-sided trailer, so you can see no exposed rivets on the main part of the panels. You do see a few rivets on like the rub rail that goes down the side, but you can imagine how many rivets it would take to hold all that on. This has the smooth side exterior on it. Double marker light package too. So I think the marker lights are on like 24-inch centers. Normally that would be like on 4-foot centers. So, instead of, it's got double the lights. So instead of, normally just having this one and then the one on the end, they split it and put one in the middle. That's on the bottom and also along the top, as you can see. So double marker lights, has the extra row of lights down the middle of the coach here. Lots of options. Automatic leveling too. A lot of these trucks that S&S builds, they're built for racers and they don't put leveling systems on them. This one here was pretty much ordered top of the line with about every option you can think of, which included that automatic leveling and the upgraded engine and transmission with a high output torque transmission. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned earlier, the transmission is an 18-speed Eaton Ultra Shift. So it's a true 18-speed, but an automatic. So there's no clutch pedal. You just drop it in gear and stand on it. Okay, it'll go. I appreciate you watching. I know it's been a minute since we posted a video. We've been super busy. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you are a subscriber, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're not, please hit that subscribe button and join the fun. We sell a lot of cool stuff here, so we'd like to have you as a part of our channel. And any questions on this hauler, the Big Rig, give me a call, send me a text. We do offer financing We don't do the financing here, but we hook you up with the right people that do, so we can help point you in the right direction there. 20-year terms available, and this is a nice one. So it's available too. One thing about the S&S, those guys typically stay a couple years out on production. So if you're in the market, then look no further. So I'm going to pop the hood. I'm going to show you how clean this coach is underneath. I'm going to open up both cab doors to show you in the cab, and then we'll go through the storage bays. They're real simple. These coaches are just built very, very simple and easy to maintain. We'll put it that way. Then we'll take a quick spin through the inside of the coach and the inside of the trailer, and I think that'll be it. So Dylan Thompson, Chase Motorsports, coach and trailer sales in beautiful Paducah, Kentucky. Thanks for watching. I'll be right back. All right, got everything opened up. I'm going to have Lauren pause right quick, pause the video here for just a second, and show you a picture of what this coach and trailer looks like at nighttime with all the lights on it. I mean, it is a show piece. Chrome and chicken lights. It's got a bunch of them. Okay, Lauren, put a picture of that up on their screen right quick for us. So back to it here, you'll see it's got the air cleaner lights. Those light up amber. I just wanted to show you that while we were right here by the hood. But underneath, oh my gosh, this thing is just, I mean, no corrosion, no rust. It is clean, 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 clean. So over here, you'll see we just done the service. So we done that on the 2nd of February. It had 89,000. This is 754. I think it's actually 574. But either way, just call it 90,000 miles. You can see there the X15 605, 2,050 foot-pounds of torque. Very nice. Inside the cab, it's Peterbilt. I think they call that the Platinum cab, with how this one's laid out with kind of the two-tone door panels and stuff. It's got a pair of low-rider seats. Oh, and one of the most important things I was wanting to show you. Look at the, it's serious. I'm telling you, this truck, the horn is serious. And that's just the backup horn. It's like a drag race. I don't know if that's some type of shifter handle or what, but it's definitely custom. So if you want to wake the neighbors up at about 3 in the morning when you're rolling back into town, this will get it done. So there we go. Got the label. Yeah, 89,574 on the miles. CB radio, in-dash navigation. It's got the locking differential, air suspension dump. All that is, factory from Pete. There's your air supply for your trailer, air brake release for your truck. If you've drove one of these, you're probably pretty familiar with all the gauges and how the dash is laid out, but this does still have the old school kind of chrome, trim ring around all the gauges. So won't spend a ton of time in here. Here's my favorite part. I'm not a true trucker. I'm not a super trucker. I like the automatics. I'm sorry if that offends you, but brake and gas. There is no other thing hanging there. And I can drive the manuals. I'm not great at it. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I am, but I can do it. It's a little bit of, if you can't find them, grind them the first few miles, but we get it done. So first storage bay, when you open that door, it gets you to the first, or the fuel tank here on the passenger side. That's a 100-gallon tank. So it's got twin hundreds. It's got a 200-gallon fuel capacity. There is the backup set of train horns. Now, if you didn't want those, we can gladly unbolt them and remove them and cap the line. They even cut a couple holes up there like a baffle to where it has a place for all the air to escape from. But that's a storage / train horn compartment. Okay, so twin 100-gallon tanks. One's there, one is over on the driver's side. Storage there. You have two 30-pound grill bottles here. So both of these, what they're doing is your hot water heater and or your furnace. So it's got a propane, like a forced air furnace, which makes great heat, and it's got two 30-pound propane bottles. The grill does not use a propane bottle because it's a Traeger grill. So it's an electric Traeger, which is a pellet grill. You pull this little knob here, and this guy slides out. So, you can put put some meat on it in the morning and let that puppy smoke all day, and makes a great sandwich or whatever at the end of the day. So Traeger electric grill. Now again, if you said, hey, I want a Blackstone flat top griddle, or I want a standard barbecue grill, we can do it. Okay, I stock them, be more than glad to put it in. Got a little light here, so it's a 12-volt light while you're grilling or cooking. You've got good light. We're going down the trailer. I showed you the ladder earlier. There's a view from this side. That's the condenser for the front ACs. So this trailer has dual ACs. I think they're 18,000 BTU a piece. They're big. And it will make the inside of that trailer, when it's 95 or 100 outside, it makes it very comfy inside. So we're over here on the passenger side where the spread axle compartment is. And inside this, you have that air reel. So that air reel is just hooked into the air chuck fitting back there on the back. And then you've got power. You've also got a light switch and more outlets that powers that light there. But a lot of guys in the dirt world use this area to groove and sipe their tires. So you got air. You've got a that little receiver looking deal there is for like either a Tire Demon or an All-Star Performance electric tire motor. So you slide it in there and then you run it, with the foot pedal control to turn the tire as you groove it and cut it and sipe it. Or just a lot of guys, the sanding of the tires and cleaning them off is like a huge thing anymore. So again, that's kind of dirt related, but I mean, we've sold these trailers to, I don't want you to think it's strictly a dirt track rig. I mean, we've sold them to guys that have had sports cars, classic cars. One guy bought one from us one time. His kid raced 600cc winged micro sprints. And of course they had to pull the wing off of them to get them up there. But I mean, there's way more use than strictly the dirt late models. So dirt modifieds, that's probably the two most popular. Quick sneak peek in the trailer. Just as mint as the outside. Very nice. Some cool doors there in the middle that are magnetic. I guess they put those in to kind of make the AC stay back here, which makes sense. I mean, you can see the big AC head up there on the left, and I mean, if you kind of blocked it off midway, it's definitely going to make it feel good right here. And then there's another AC in the front. So sliding glass doors in the back. Okay, on this side, this is the AC condenser for the rear. And I might be able to see on this label, I'm pretty sure it's 18,000 BTU. It doesn't say there, but I'm like positive it is. So another, that's the condenser for the rear unit. You'll just notice like all the tubing on this, everything on this truck is in trailers, very nice condition. So it hasn't been up north and all the salt or whatever. It's been very, very well kept and stored inside from what I know. You can see the bedroom slide there. So this storage bay over here is your black and gray tank. So this is going to be the black tank. And how S&S does them? Stainless. Okay, that's all like welded, TIG welded stainless. That's your black tank flush, because you can hook a water hose there and then, open the valve and clean the black tank out. The gray tank is further in. So black and gray. They're easy. The valves are electric too, so the valve controls are inside the coach. So all you have to do is, hook your sewer hose up to the back here. You can see the connection down there, the little black Valterra cap. Hook your hose there, and then you open the valves from inside. 22,000 kW generator, okay? It's made by Husker Power. They're out of Nebraska, and they use an Isuzu diesel engine. Well, you may not be familiar with Husker, but I'm sure you're familiar with Isuzu. Great quality. Okay, it's I think it's a four-cylinder. Pretty sure it's a four-cylinder diesel engine, and yeah, like super nice, quiet, and most of all powerful. This coach does have the dual inverters, so you'll see one of the blue ones over there on the left, the other one over here. So one of the inverters runs like your fridge, your outlets, your TVs and stuff. The other inverter runs the AC unit. So very cool. Going down the road, it saves hours on your generator because you can make the middle AC in the coach run without having to run the generator. And if you didn't have the dual inverters, then to run the AC, you would have to have the generator running full time. So that's kind of cool. You can see the coach disconnect switch back there on the bottom. Emergency start switch, that's an important one there on the top. What that does is links the coach batteries, which is like your house batteries that are underneath that aluminum cover there. It links those with the engine batteries, which are underneath that piece of diamond plate up there as you enter into the coach. So you can turn that emergency start on, and it links the two banks together. So, you know, if your coach side was hot, but your engine side to start the engine was dead, you could link them and like kind of jump one from the other, or vice versa. Let's say your engine batteries that are up here are dead, but the house side, or excuse me, your engine batteries up there are hot, but the house side back here is dead. Well, you could link them together and you know, get your generator jump started and get everything up and going. So I don't know the age of the batteries, but they look pretty new. So I took the cover off before I started the video and looked at the house batteries. They are the 6-volt AGM by Interstate, and they look pretty new. So I don't know the age of them, but I'm just saying they don't look like 2020 models. I think they've been replaced. Another 100-gallon fuel tank here, and then your DEF fluid tank there. So pretty good amount of storage, mainly on the other side. I mean, I guess you could set some stuff there on top of that aluminum cover where it says coach batteries, but most of your storage is going to be on the other side. Another little quick look at the engine bay. Again, as I mentioned earlier, we are going to put new Michelin steer tires. There's really nothing wrong with this one. I mean, this one here is super nice, but we are going to stick 2 brand new tires just so they match. And the only reason I'm doing it, usually if a steer tire is 3 years old, we'll let it pass, but there's a chunk out of that one over there. And that's something here at Chase Motorsports that we really pride ourselves with, is, you know, just trying to make sure stuff's right. I mean, there's a lot of moving components on these things. The tires on the front are a very, very, very important part of it. So when we see, you know, a tire with a chunk out of it like that, no, it's coming off, and we're going to make sure it's perfect and safe. It does have a 12-volt powered patio awning, so you can see that. Got it extended out. And you do have a couple big halogen-like side lights that are real bright. I can turn those on just to kind of, I don't know how well you'll be able to see them during the daytime, but that's what this switch up here is. See that? Bump that white switch up and kind of see them. So they're bright at nighttime out under this patio awning. They are super bright. All right. Trying to think if I thought of anything else that I need to show you. I guess we'll go ahead and go inside and start that. Nice entryway, electric steps, as you can see there. And then you have day and night shades throughout. So right now I've got them on like the day version, which is the white, which still lets a lot of light in. You can drop this down for full privacy and blocks out, you know, more of the lights, and put it on like the black shade there. So I'm gonna raise that, whoops. Or you can do this. You can raise them all the way up and have literally a window there. So the TV, probably a 40... I don't say it's a 50-inch. I was going to go 43, but I think that's bigger than that. So let me turn it on for you. It does have a Yamaha, like a full surround sound stereo. This is a place for a DirecTV box. So if you want to do DirecTV, the coach already has InMotion satellite on it. It's not hard at all. We can help you get all that set up. Has a DVD player. One of the main things that people are doing now is Starlink. That's like that's the hot ticket at the moment. So Elon Musk invented the Starlink, and truth be told, it works really, really well. Let's see if I can get that one to turn back on. But the Starlink, you know, basically it's like mobile satellite internet. So we mount the Starlink satellite up on top of the roof, and then you can see this Samsung TV is a smart TV. So it's already got your YouTube, your Prime Video, Disney, Hulu. You can do Netflix on it. And so with that Starlink, we basically mount it up there on the roof of the coach, and then we link the TVs to it. So, I mean, you can stream, you know, if you are a dirt racer, you can watch Dirt Vision or Flow Sports or Flow Racing or whatever. So the Starlink is becoming more popular, I would say, than the DirecTV, but we can do either or both. We've had some customers that want both. Cool little thing they do at S&S to mount all the TV remotes. So there's little pockets there. You can see it's a JBL speakers with the Yamaha receiver. This is kind of cool. Sliding doors that blocks off sound. So if you're the driver of this truck, you will appreciate those. While everybody's back here having a party, you can block out the light and the sound. So it's got black curtains that go here, and then sliding doors there. Bunk over the cab, same deal. Some black privacy curtains, nice mattress up here. Got a window on each side, so let a little daylight in, or I think they open too, so they're vented. The cabinetry in an S&S, built for durability. I mean, look at the latch system they put on that. So very, very durable. This is cool up here. Kind of looks like a bookshelf, but a place to store, stuff there. All the materials they use are just beyond durable. So flex steel furniture in this one. You can see a booth dinette there. Let me zoom out a little. There we go. That's better. So booth dinette there. It does have drawers underneath each booth. So you can see that. Jackknife sofa there. So this is still on the driver's side and the slide out. And then another jackknife sofa here. So both of these, let me just pull this one up and show you. They turn into a pretty good sized bed. I mean, I don't think that's a queen, but I don't think it's that far off of it. So the couches are normally 72 inches, I think, between the armrest, I believe. So pretty good size, but both of these do that. So this one does it, and then that one over there does it as well. Laminate flooring, like a plank glue down floor in this coach, so easy to maintain. Sweep it, mop it out, and it's clean. Nice countertops, all of the original manuals. I've got both sets of original keys, the book that S&S gives you with all their manuals. Cool looking backsplash, one of my favorites back then. So I was having some new coaches built back in 2020. I did not sell this coach new. However, we built some through S&S right around that same time. So I remember that backsplash. That was always one of my favorites. Convection microwave oven, all stainless appliances. Over here you've got a Samsung residential fridge. So the French door fridge up at the top. And then, of course, you got the pull-out freezer at the bottom. Pretty sure it does make ice. I think that's an ice bin right there. So Samsung residential fridge like that. That's something, you've got to have one of the big inverters to push that. So one of the inverters, again, does the fridge, the TVs, like outlets throughout the coach to charge your phone, etc. The other inverter is going to run the middle roof air, which is right here. And when you run it, it's blowing air out the vents throughout the coach because they're ducted together. So running the middle is still going to cool like the whole, area up here. All the cabinets, nice, great. I mean, again, those latches, you don't have anything vibrating in here because literally when you push that down, you can set the the tension on that. You loosen that nut and set the tension there, and it makes the drawer to where it doesn't, the cabinetry doesn't sound like a rattle trap going down the road. Controls for your inverters here, so you can see the primaries, the electronics, the fridge, and the ACs on the other one. You have your control for your middle air, hot water heater. It's got a 10-gallon Suburban propane. That's for the electric side of the hot water heater there. And then over here you can test your batteries, water, pump, turn it on and off, and test like your tank limits, or your tank levels rather. The coach does have central vac, so that's what the outlet's for down here. And then you open it up and you can see the little Dirt Devil deal. We just put a brand new bag in that, so it's all good. And then your accessories, like your hose and stuff, is there. It is a mid-bath unit. Good size, though, on a mid-bath unit. Little sink, vanity area, overhead medicine cabinet, and mirror. Then you can see the showers, a glass shower. Kind of, I think they call that a neo angle, if I'm not, correct me if I'm wrong, but you can see it's like a one-piece shower. Again, super easy to maintain and keep clean, and a good size, too. The toilets are over here, so it's all in one room. And then, again, nice cabinetry for your toiletries and washcloths, towels, and stuff there. Back here in the master, you have a Samsung TV. You do have a window on each side. So open those up and get a little breeze through here, or just open them up to get some extra light in. Padded vinyl walls throughout. So you can see that is padded walls all the way through. This slide out back here in the back moves out. So this is a safety. You have to turn that on, and then you run the slide with a control here. Back here is like a huge wardrobe closet. So it's It's got one here, then those two doors open up. It's the same thing over there. They also put a safe on this side, which I thought was cool. 3 drawers on the bottom. I mean, the rear bedroom version of the S&S, because they build these 2 ways. They build them where you have the bedroom in the back, or you can have bunk beds in the back with the door, that goes out the back. But if you're traveling and you either A, want privacy, or B, want a very comfortable place to sleep, get the rear bedroom. The other models also too, but it just bunks. So we do have requests for the bunk units. Normally that's for like a race team that is taking crew guys, and they need 1 person per bed and more beds, then they'll go with the bunk unit. Some of your breakers and stuff are back here. 12-volt panels in that brown cabinet above. You got your air conditioner control. They make all the countertops match. I think that's really nice. Queen size mattress here in the master bedroom. Let's see, 3 AC, so there's one in the middle, there's one up front kind of above the TV, and then one in the bedroom. Again, I mentioned 10-gallon propane hot water heater, and we can switch that over to a tankless. That's something we've done to a bunch of them. So if you're watching this video and you're the buyer, we can discuss changing that over to a tankless and doing the Starlink satellite internet. That's the only 2 things I can think of if I was buying this coach and trailer to keep. That's probably the only 2 things I would do, is the tankless hot water and the Starlink. It does have automatic leveling. I mentioned that earlier through Bigfoot leveler. These are your 12-volt light switches. Again, everything in these is just so simple to understand. You can start the generator here. That's the switch to make the steps stay out. There's your sewer dump tank, so you can see black and gray. Again, I'll say again, very, very simple to understand, how they're built and maintained, which is like half the battle of owning an RV, right? Alrighty, into the trailer. So the trailer, you can either go through the glass doors in the back if the gate's open. Now, if that gate's closed, then your only way in is through here. So to start out with, this is a spring smasher / shock dyno cabinet. But when you're going down the road, how about that? You can close that door. Let me kind of zoom out. So it's like a little miniature roll-up garage door, literally. First cabinet here on the right is a nitrogen tank storage. That's what this line would hook to, as a nitrogen regulator. Your fuse panel or your breaker cabinet and your 12-volt disconnect is up there. Some of your fuses, more fuses. Again, everything's so neatly labeled, so easy to understand. This was cool. So if you are a racer, you'll appreciate this. It's like your own little shock station. It's got a Joe's, one of the aluminum shock vises there, and then you can see nitrogen, because if you're doing shock work, you're mainly using nitrogen. I like this, the outlets with the USBs. I know that's a simple option, but it's something that's nice to have. And then you can see how long the slide out is. So we do have the bracket. So for the tire grooving, I don't know why it's off, but it's laying there, so it does go with it, and we will gladly bolt that back on. Aluminum tire racks, you got some here in the slide out. You got more tire racks over here on this side. Nice overhead storage up above. All the cabinets got the rubber coin in them. Again, if you know S&S, you know what I'm talking about. Just the quality is there. So that's neat. That is magnetic. And again, the only thing I can think of is you're trying to either keep dust out of the front, because dust at a dirt track is coming through the back. You're either trying to keep dust out, or you're trying to trap the AC, keep more AC back here. It does have a little mini fridge for drinks, cabinets galore. Like this here's a rear end cabinet. You can see the coin. You can mount, a spare rear end, countertop lights. Whoops, those are on. You got air in one, nitrogen in the other, and then, more overhead cabinets here. And then this one has the stereo. So there's speakers, you can see them down there in the ceiling. There's speakers wired all through this. Kicker amp, hydraulic wireless liftgate remote. The black remote on the left is for the winch, and then all the factory trailer manuals and stuff are there as well. It does have a TV, so if you get that Starlink internet, you can route it to here and watch the stuff inside the trailer. List of tool cabinets. You see all the little spare things, but carb, electrical, nuts, bolts, rear end parts. It's all here. Back here's a cool little area. So this has a place to like put aerosol cans. Again, you know, you could move the shelves wherever you want them. Back here's like a shock and spring storage. Again, adjustable shelving in here. And then there's your reels. So those reels pull out the bottom, but you have an electric reel and an air reel. The air compressor and stuff is up in the top. And I'm just going to see, let me see if I can turn the lights on. Let's see here. I think I've got to do that up front. I'm going to walk back up front and turn the upper deck lights on and give you kind of a little quick view up there. In-floor storage too. These are both, you can see that one. There's like that little hole you can grab, or this one. It's got in-floor storage. If you want to see like some still shots, I know we try to catch as much as possible in the video, but if you want to see some just like regular photos, chasecoach.com. There's, I bet, over 300 pictures, probably closer to 400. So these ports are made in the ceiling to where when you put a car in, you can, from the bottom, tie the car down, okay? So you can see there's the garage door in the back. Look how clean this thing is. Carpeted walls, okay? And then up there is a winch down there on the bottom left. You can see that's a 5,000-pound winch with a synthetic rope. And then you have a Jenny brand compressor, onboard battery with the one of the IntelliPower little onboard chargers. That cabinet there is where the other, the front AC condenser is that we were looking at on the outside, and then you got some storage underneath there. So one more little time I'll spin around. So 40-foot trailer, you got 40 foot of upper deck minus, a few feet right there in the front. So let's say a safe, probably 35 foot of upper deck of just clear space. Air and nitrogen outlets here. Of course, you would need to put a bottle in to have the nitrogen service up and working. But any questions, please reach out. Again, this is a 2020 S&S Peterbilt 389 extended to a chassis, 89, we'll call it 90,000 miles, loaded with cabinets, 2 ACs, 3 ACs on the truck, 2 ACs in the trailer, 2 slides on the coach, 1 slide on the trailer, sliding doors, lots of upgrades. I mean, the mirrored ceiling, you can see my hand there. Again, the only 2 things I think if I bought it that I would want would be the Starlink internet, just because I think that's super handy having your own, Wi-Fi wherever you're at. And then I might go ahead and do the on-demand hot water. That way, it's a tankless system, so it'll never run out. But any questions, please reach out. Again, we'll put my number there on the screen. Go to chasecoach.com if you want to look at all the photos, and I'm ready to sell it to you. So we're going to call this one, as far as the thumbnail and what it'll come up on YouTube as, the big rig, okay? 90 feet long, but don't let it scare you. These boys drive them all over the country that race for a living and race out of them. So appreciate you tuning in. I hope that was I know we kind of skied through some of that, but I could sit here and talk to you about this thing for 10 hours if we wanted to. So thanks again. And hey, until next time, have a great rest of your day. And don't forget, financing available. We accept trade-ins. We deliver nationwide. Dylan Thompson, Chase Motorsports, Coach and Trailer Sales in beautiful Paducah, Kentucky.